A few weeks ago, I shared 5 tips to help make you a better home cook from a professional chef. Well, I am back today with another 5 tips because you guys loved that video. And I thought to myself, Olivia, why not share more of your wisdom? Dun, dun, dun. So here I am with 5 more tips to make you a better home cook. If you like this video or want to see more, hit the like and subscribe button down below and definitely click that notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video. All right, let's get into these 5 hacks. Have you ever started cooking and there is just everywhere? It feels chaotic, it feels rushed, you don't know where your salt and pepper are, you don't know where you put your peas. I'm telling you, the best way to cook and to learn how to cook is to mise en place. Mise en place is French for everything in its place, and it's used time and time again in all manner of professional kitchens. We prep all of our ingredients, we put them into tiny itty bitty bowls. We also use deli containers, and we make sure that all of our ingredients are ready before we even turn on the stove. That way, it makes cooking really seamless. Why do people always suggest making stir fries for quick 15-minute meals? Because you have to prep all of those ingredients, you have to cut all of your vegetables up, you have to make sure everything is ready before it hits a hot wok. I want you to take this tip into practice and start today. Start by pulling out all of your ingredients, make sure they're washed, they're prepped, they are cut, diced, filleted, and they're ready to go. So that way they are ready when you are. It'll help you become a clear and calm cook. Trust me. Have you ever had really bland pasta? I sure have. Growing up, we learned to cook pasta after my family came to the United States. We're Dominican, we eat rice, beans, and chicken every night. It was a whole foray into a whole new cuisine for us. And so growing up, pasta actually wasn't that great in my household. Pasta was bland, it was watery, it just lacked oomph. And so if you are experiencing your own pasta woes, my tip number 2 is to heavily salt your pasta water and reserve some pasta water before you drain it away after your pasta is al dente. I know that this seems very straightforward, but let me tell you, if you are new to cooking, this is not a step that you are intrinsically going to know. But if you want to take your pasta from a 5 to a 12, just by reserving a little bit of the pasta water at the end of your cooking, I'm talking like a half cup to maybe a cup of cooking liquid, then you'll add that back in slowly and surely as you combine your pasta with your sauce. Once those 2 things are together, you can either thin out your sauce by adding in some of that pasta water or help with that binding element of getting your pasta to stick to your sauce by adding in that starchy water. It will literally change all of your pasta dishes, full stop. Never rinse your cooked pasta under a tap. Just let it hang out until you're ready to combine it with your sauce. On to tip number 3. In my professional kitchen at work, we make sure to label everything. And I'm talking everything. These 2 tools are going to be some of your most used tools in your kitchen. I'm talking painter's tape and a Sharpie. All you need to do is just make sure that you're labeling your containers going into your freezer. Make sure that you label it with what the item is and the date that you are putting it in the freezer, and anything that you're also putting in the fridge that maybe you want to hang on to for a little bit of time. It'll make sure that you are keeping to the freshest of your ingredients, but also it'll help keep you organized. Hack number 4 is something I practice every day in my home kitchen. It is something that I can literally do with my eyes closed. I like to clean as I go. I don't want a big pile of dishes after dinner. I don't like to see my surfaces covered with every pot and pan. I find it to be very chaotic. I find it to be very confusing, and it doesn't lead to a pleasurable cooking experience for me. So whether I'm trying to rush dinner out onto the table during a hectic weeknight, or I'm just taking the lazy route and just taking my time on a weekend, I always make sure to clean as I cook. And I'm telling you, if you don't already do this, trust me when I say that it'll make you a better cook, a more organized cook, and it'll lead to less dishes at the end of the day. My last tip is going to sound like a bit of a faff, I love to garnish everything. It's part of just being in the food business. If you're a professional chef, if you're someone who likes to cook, that little extra something, it may feel superfluous, but we eat with our eyes first. It doesn't matter what kind of eater you are always first and foremost going to be a visual eater. And so why not take that little bit of extra time, that little bit of extra 5 seconds for that flourish, that little, that je ne sais quoi, to make sure that all of your dishes look visually stunning to you and so appetizing and delicious. Trust me when I say that you won't regret it. And we're not talking about anything fancy here, people. You can garnish with leftover herbs that you're already throwing into your dish, a little bit of fun spice on top if you already have a dish full of spices, or even just garnishing your pasta with a little bit of olive oil, flaky salt, and some red pepper flakes. Garnishing goes a long way, and it shouldn't just be reserved for a professional kitchen or for a restaurant. You deserve to have that same restaurant quality experience at home, and one of those ways to get it is to garnish. All right, well, there you have it, folks. 5 more kitchen hacks that'll make you a better home cook. Whether you're a beginner cook or you've been cooking for years, these tips are sure to help make you a better cook, regardless of your experience. Comment down below, let me know, what tips would you have included? What do you think were so obvious that they didn't even need to be mentioned? I want to hear from you down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video, and I'll see you next time in my kitchen for another recipe video. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Bye!